Hello, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on when and where you are watching us from. Okay, so we are going to continue with the lessons. Today, I want to teach you some three main things that you have to do as a trader anytime that you get to your charts. Okay, three main things. All right. But some of the things I will teach, I've already taught you. It's very simple. But then I'll be adding new things. So please make sure you have revised the previous lessons so that you'll be updated and then you can understand this better. Okay. Right. If you have any question related to the previous videos, you can bring them to me and then I'll take you through. Okay. Right. So let me open this chat and put my notes here. So I said I'm going to teach you three main things. Okay, so I'm going to put them here. So anytime that you open your chart, there are three main things that you consider. Okay, anytime you open your chart, these are the three main things that you consider. Okay, so if you can follow and then understand each one of them, I believe that you're going to be a good trader. Mm? It's fine. Okay, so the first is to identify the structure of the market. And then the second is to mark appropriate levels. And then the third is to wait for entry confirmation or wait for your entry signal. I'm going to take my time to break all the three down so that you understand it. Okay. So don't skip any part of the video. Okay. Good. So this is the thing. When you open the chart like this, okay, although we will make reference to what the market did in the past, but if you like, forget about this thing, what we have here, if you like, forget about it. I'm not saying discard it 100%, but to be able to tell the trend of the market, you discard what is gone, what is in the past, okay, and look at what is happening so that you can tell the actual trend at that present moment. Other than that, if you want to consider the whole thing, you may be confused. Okay, so if I look at this part of the chart here, if I look at what I have here, we have learned how to identify the trend technically by looking at what the higher highs and the higher lows. Okay, so clearly I can, and then the lower lows and lower highs. If I look at this, then per what we have learned, this is an uptrending market. What we have here is an uptrending market. Then we can see that because market has formed series of higher highs and then higher lows. So I'm not going to mark them. I'm going to do this higher highs. You have them here. Higher highs. You have them here. Higher highs. And we have another higher high here. And then we have the last one here. Higher high. Right. So we have market forming series of higher highs. So we know that this is what an uptrending market. Now this is the 24-hour time frame. So this is what the daily time frame. This is a higher time frame. Remember, we said that we are going to do the analysis on the higher time frame and then we trade on the lower time frame. Then I told you that because there are noises on the lower time frame, it's good that as a beginner you use the H4 as your entry. Today, some of the analysis I'll do, I may break them down. So you will see me entering on maybe 1 hour or 30 minutes. Okay. Now, so this is the higher time frame. So we are not going to trade on the higher time frame. We are going to break this down. Now we've confirmed that the trend is a higher time frame. So let's go to H4 and see what happened there as well. So when we come here to, you see that still, the market is in an uptrend. Now, again, we are going to consider this side because this is what is happening. This is past and gone. Of course, we will make reference to some points on the chart, especially this pointer. Okay, over there. So I have this here. This is H4. We can still see prices going up. How would you have taken advantage of this market? So I'm going to 1 hour. Now on 1 hour, I see that yes, when price was selling from this side, it started changing direction here. So like I told you, I'm going to introduce new things. Okay. Remember we said that uh, when the market is in an uptrend, it does this, right? It does this. Mm. And then at some point, it will do this. And then, okay, good. To do something like this. So we said that this is an this is a higher high, just like I indicated over there. Ideally, we would want to see something like this. Now, this is a higher high. Okay, this higher high. When the market goes through it, we say that there has been a break of that high structure. So we say there is a break of structure. So let me take the higher high off, and then I'm going to do something like this. Let me change the size to, okay, maybe 14 is good. So I'll write BOS. Oh, sorry, no, over here. All right, BOS. Okay. As in there is what a break of structure. Why price has broken this high structure. When we come here, the same thing, this is a higher high. And so the moment we have price going through it, there is what? There is a break of structure. So there is a BOS here. There's a break of structure. So we can identify them as the market goes. Mm? There's a break of structure. So here there is a break of structure. Okay. Now this was the last high. This was the last high that the market left. Okay, so let me put it there. This is a higher high, right? This is a higher high because the market is in an uptrend. So that is what a higher high. So that's the last high that the market left behind. Now something happened that we expected that the market will continue to what create series of what do you call it, higher highs and then higher lows. But then you see something happened. Mm. You see that after this high, this failed to go through this to create a high here, and then it closed below the high. Okay. Now, when this forms here, pardon me, let me take these lines off and make them small so I don't confuse you. I'm going to do something. Mm. Okay, so let me put this here. Okay, let me put this here. All right, and then let me put this here. Okay, good. Now see that we expected price to what? Break this, form a new high. It didn't happen. And something happened. What happened? This market went ahead to create what? A lower low instead. Created a lower low instead of what? A higher high. So what we have here is what we call change of character. So we have seen that when the market is in an uptrend, when it's going up like this, these things, whenever it breaks a high, we call it a break of structure, break of structure, break of structure. But now we can see that there is a shift in market structure. It has changed from what an uptrend to a downtrend. And this, what we have here is what we call what? A break of, a change of character. So that one too, we label it as change of character. Okay, change of character. So after this change of character, then we are forming lower lows. So this is what? A new low. This is a new low that the market has formed here. What do you think it will be? Answer it for yourself. Do you think it will be a change of character or It will be a break of structure. So because the market has changed character and then it has started forming new lows, it means that it has shifted direction and now it is going down. So this is what a break of a lower low. So this is also a break of structure. Break of structure. Okay, so what we have here is a break of structure. So it will continue to do that. That is what the market does. So I'm showing you this so that you know when to identify a change of structure in the market, when the market is about to reverse, when it is about to change direction. This is how you are going to spot it. Okay. So remember, we started from the higher time frame. We saw the market was in an uptrend. Now, in an uptrend, it buys and then it comes down, then it buys like that. Okay, so definitely when it coming down, it sometimes a retracement, sometimes it's what a pullback. Now, that thing, that pullback in an uptrend is obviously going to be a sell market in the lower time frame, just like we can see here. If I squeeze this again, you will see that long run it was an uptrend. But then over here, we could see here, we could see that when price was coming for the retest, it was forming lower lows, right? It was forming lower lows. So when do we see that, okay, now the sell is over. So the buyers are taking over. When do we see that? So remember, because the market was in a downtrend, this was the last lower low that formed. So ideally, we expected that the market will break this and form another low, but that didn't happen. So please, we are transferring what we did here. So I did it for an uptrend. If we continue this and then it changes into an uptrend, there's going to be a change of character, and then we will start having the higher high. So, I want you to apply that right here. So you see that instead of market to create a new low, it didn't. It rather went ahead and then look at what it did here. It broke the lower low, the lower high that left behind here. So there is what? A change of character here. There is a change of character here. Okay, there is a change of character here. And right after that, the market started forming what? Higher highs. So this, what we have here became our first break of structure. This, okay, market going through it. I mean this one. Mm. So we have our first BOS here. BOS here. So the market started forming what? New highs. Okay. So this will be the next one. Okay. This one. Yeah, so within the breaks, market can form other levels as well, but we want to target the main levels. Okay, so this then became the BOS here. Okay, this one, break of structure here. So now we know that the market has changed direction and it is in an uptrend. Then we can apply our break and retest. Okay, we can then apply our break and retest. So when the markets they started forming this, we would have gotten the buy here. You see, it changed direction, went here, came for a retest. So you could have joined the buy from here, catch it all the way here, you are gone. Or it dropped back, you see, retested the same level, and then it started going up. When it started going up, you see it was forming higher highs. So you see BOS, 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 and then until price broke out and then it's gone. So you could have also entered here as a retest, entered here as a retest, or wait for this. It broke out and then came for a retest and bam, on and on is going. So now we have seen the change of character. We've seen that market is forming what? New levels, new higher highs. So now we can start looking for buys. So assuming we had met this market, if we missed everything here, at least it gave, I'm going to 15 minutes. It gave us opportunities to enter the market right after it broke out from this level. So after it broke this, you see it started forming higher highs. So this was an entry, then this was an entry. Okay, you see as it progresses. This was another, I mean the higher highs. So as it stands, I'm going to skip this. Let me just put this one here. So as it stands now, what we are waiting for, okay, so we have a new one here. So we'll mark that one as well. So what we are waiting for, if you want to join, you wait for price to do what? Push more up and then come for a retest. Then you join the buy to the top. Okay. You join the buy to the top. So this will be our expectation. So what can we learn from here? After we have been able to identify the trend on the higher time frame, we zoom to the lower time frame and then we trade from there. And then we are going to make use of what? Change of character and then break of structure to take the trades. Okay, we are going to use this to take the trade. Mind you, this is not anything new. Remember, we said that this is a higher high, this is a higher low, this is blah blah blah. Those things. When the market goes through the higher high, it has broken a structure. That's what we call the break of structure. So it's not anything new. Okay. So basically, that is just it. So this will tell you, this will show you exactly where the market changed direction. So you can pick the move early. So you see here, from here, it was going down. But then when it changed direction, boom, it started going up. So you know that market has changed direction. And so we are now going up. Then you join it from here on and on you go. So even the change of character can be one of what? The confirmation. It can be one of the confirmation. So the first, I mentioned that the three things that you have to consider. The first one is what? Identifying the structure. We are able to tell that it's what? An uptrend, right? Then you mark the levels. So the levels are what we are marking here. Remember, higher highs, higher lows, and then all that. It's still the same thing. Only that now I'm explaining the main idea behind them. The break of structure and then all that. Yes. So that's just it. And then we wait for a retest and we join. That's your confirmation. Somebody asked me that he read from the candlestick book that we can use candlestick as signals. Yes, we can. So when the market performs a retest like this, if it breaks out more, like I mean, it pushes up more and then it comes for a retest, it gives you like a bullish spin bar. It's like it's an indication that the market is going to go up. So you can follow that and what take a buy. It can give you a bullish engulfing candle. If you don't know any of this, visit the book. That's why I gave it to you. Hmm. Yes, so visit the book. This is the first example. So I don't expect you to get it right away. So I'm going to take more examples and I believe you are going to understand it even better. Hmm. Okay, so let me look at another market. This is 10 on next. So let me open this market. I think I had it on my screen when I came here. Right. So first, remember, I said we'll go to the higher time frame. Now I'm here. Look at something. I've said that if we zoom out like this, all of us are going to see the market is in a downtrend. That is fine. It is in a downtrend. That is fine. But something is happening. We can see that it's not creating lows again, kind of consolidating here, but I mean, you can still see some structures within it. So let us look at the current structure. What is happening there? So when the market formed this low, instead of it to break and then continue forming lows, it couldn't. That didn't happen, but then it started going up. Okay. So even though the overall trend is a downtrend, we can see that the market is picking a new direction. If you're able to identify it like this, it will help you a lot. So it will become clearer. Let's go to H4 and see what's happening there. Now you see we come to H4 and look at it. Beautiful. So you come to H4, then you see that market is now forming higher highs and then higher lows. You see it, right? Good. So where did the change of character happen? Where did it happen? Sorry. Where did it happen? So we see that this was the lower high here. So there is a change of character here. Change of character. Instead of the market to continue forming lows, it couldn't. Then it gave us this. So there was a change of character here. Then Markets went ahead to start forming higher highs and then higher lows. So this was also a break of structure because this was the first. So we have the, let me go and pick my next. So we have a BOS here. Now we can identify a lot of them. You even have one here. We also have, sorry, we also have this one here. We have this one. Okay. So as it's going up, we can identify, we can mark this, but I'm going to, it's too close to that one. So I'll leave it. Then there is this one. So there is this BOS as well. So you see that the market is now going up. Okay. If you don't know this idea, you will still be there selling even though the market is changing direction, you'll still be there selling. So look at what is happening. So now I'm going to show you how you can actually translate this to the lower time frame and trade from there. So look at it. There's a change of character here. The market has started forming break of structure. So it gave us new highs, okay? Higher high, higher high. So we know that this side going is what? An uptrend. This is a break of structure. What is happening here is what? A retest because market broke this structure. It's coming back to it. So it's a retest. So ideally, so there is this BOS. Ideally, per our entry um, criteria upon the retest, we expect price to go up. Hmm? We expect it to go up. How and then when can we join? Look at it. Now let's go to 15 minutes. So for the entries, okay, if you are getting better and better, you can be using the lower time frame. Look at it. Now, price is almost at what the level. So the retest is almost done. But you can see it is forming lower lows, right? It's forming lower lows. So I see BOS here, BOS, 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 BOS. Okay. I mean, the market is forming lower lows, lower lows. It's breaking the lower lows. So it's selling on the 15 minutes. So this is where you have to use the break of structure. So, sorry, you have to use a change of character. This sell has to change to a buy before you take your buy. Mm? This sell has to change into a buy before you can take your buys. So what will you do? Wait for the market to change character. So we can expect something like this. That doesn't mean that's the same thing, exact thing that's going to happen, but we can expect something like this. We can expect the market to go over this. And then we will have what? A change of character here. Then upon a retest, start forming new high. Then we can join the buy to the top. Okay. Mm, yeah. So we can join into the top. So we can expect to see a change of character here. The market forms a new high. Upon a retest, we join the buy and then we take it all the way up. So you see how we switch the trend, right? This is how we switch it. So this, what you see in here, it's not the actual trend of the market. This is just a retest. This is a retracement. What you see here is just a retracement. So this is not the trend. So you don't have to trade this. Somebody asked me, why don't we why don't we sell in an uptrend? Or why can't we sell in an uptrend? This is short compared to the whole thing here. So why not take advantage of what the longer side? Because that's where the momentum is. Okay. So basically, that is how you are going to do it. So we would expect a change of character here and the market to start forming highs and then a break of structure. Then upon a retest, boom, we can take it. So, we've added something to the strategy. We've added something to it. So it's not just the break and retest. You have to understand what the market is doing. You really have to understand what it's doing. Okay. Yeah. So that is how we are going to trade it. So as it stands now, the retest is still on. So if you are not already in it, maybe you bought somewhere down there. So you are already in it. If that's the case, you hold. But if you are now looking for an entry, then you have to wait for this to happen. This has to happen. Mhm. This has to happen before you can buy. Okay, so let's look at another market. I want to do as many examples with you so that you will get it very well. So I'm going to open this now. This I'll go to first go to the daily time frame and I'm going to zoom so we will see the past market. Beautiful. So what can you see? Lower low, lower low, lower low, a lot of lower lows here. So this is clearly a downtrended market. Beautiful, a clear downtrended market. But we can see something is happening. What has happened after, this was a lower low, this was a lower low. So price should have broken this low to form another lower low. That's not what has happened. We are seeing continuous buy candles. Something is happening. Something is happening. Let's go to H4 and see if we will get the picture clear. All right, this is here. So after this low, this was the lower high. We expected the market to what? Continue to form new lows, right? But then that didn't happen. The market decided to, change direction and then go the other way. So you can see that, right? So what we have here is what? Answer it for yourself. This is change of character. So we have a change of character here. Change of character. There is a change of character. And right after that, you see that market has started forming highs, BOS. So we have this break of structure here. There's this break of structure, then there's this new one. But I want it to become more clearer, so I'm going to go to now you see it's even clear here. Right. So yes, still we have our change of character here. Okay, we have our change of character here, and then you see that markets form this high. And so, there's a break here. So we have a BOS. This is a BOS here. We have this. And then there is another structure here, which is broken. This. So there is this BOS. There is this BOS. BOS. What are we expecting from this market? That the market will push a bit up, come for a retest, then we will take our buy from here. We'll take our buy. So we can, target this, take a buy here with our stop below this. Okay. Our stop below this, we can target maybe 1:5 or something. I mean, you can buy, so, 1:4 is even okay. Yeah, you can target something like this, boom, and then you're gone. Like this, I mean, if you are risking $10, your target is 40. If you are risking 100, your target is 400. That's what I mean. So we can take this. But I just want to believe you understand how we are switching, right? From the higher time frame, we go to the lower time frame to see a change of character. Then we wait for markets to start forming you know, new levels, then we join from there. That is how we are going to do it. Yes, and I hope that this is clear. It isn't very confusing. So let me see if I'll get another. Okay. So I have this one here. Maybe after this, I'll try and see if we'll get more on the. Okay. So yes, for this market, you can see that this side was a clear downtrend. So, when the market formed this lower low here, it didn't retest it and it went to form this low here. So this was a retest for the sell to continue. So market has done the retest. And then when it was going for the retest, there was a change of character and then all that. But you can see that it has also changed again. It has changed again, confirming the retest is done here and then the sell is on. So I'm take this off. Let me go to 4 hours and let's see what happened. I'm talking about this. After this low, there was a change of character here. There was a change of character. Market formed this high. There was a break of structure. But then because it was a retest, you see, when it came here, they didn't retest to go up. It broke it and, started forming new lows. So it broke structure and then it started forming new lows, as you can see. So for the sell to resume, right? For the sell to resume. So how are we going to join this cell? Let's see how H1 looks like. Mm, nice. Okay, I think this is fine. I won't go further down. So as it was going, forming highs, um this was the last higher high, you know, here. This was the last higher high. So ideally, this should have gone break it and form a new high. That didn't happen. But rather the market you know, it changed direction here. It changed, so there was a change of character here. Okay, just put it here. There was a change of character. There was a change of character. Excuse me. And then right after that, went on to form a low here. Mm, it formed this low here. And then what happened? It broke it. So there was a break of structure here. BOS. And what happened? Right when the market retested it, boom, it started selling. And you can see another one here. We have this here. We have this break of structure as well. BOS. We have this. So you see, this. That's why I said that. If even if you don't, understand this one, try and use the higher highs and higher lows. But here, I want you to understand where the market changed or it shift direction, and then where the continuation, started. Good. So, price retested this BOS and then see, boom, it sold. Another one, we have a BOS here, the current one. We have this BOS. And you see price, broke it. And then this is the retest and see the sell. Tested it they retested it here for the first time, sold for a while, went back to it, and then you see the sell. And then on and on and on it goes. So we can be joining as and when the market gives us entry. So there is this break of structure here. There's a retest and it's going. So we could have joined the move from. So this is how it is. So you see how I'm paying attention to the current chart. Okay. We will get to a point in the analysis where we will be referring to the history, the past market. Yes, we will refer to it. If you understand this, when we start doing that, it will be very easy for you. So if you don't understand anything, don't keep it to yourself. Always come to me and I'll take my time to take you through. I want to believe that is clear. Okay, so maybe I'll look at one last example, then we can go. So maybe let's look at the currency market and see. Let's see Euro USD. What happened there? Yeah. So Euro USD. Let me go to the daily time frame. I think the other time we even looked at it and we said that from here is what an uptrend, clear uptrend, clear. But let's look at something. Price formed this high, couldn't break it. Then boom, it changed direction here. Change of character. It happened. And right after that, boom, break of structure. So we are going down. Then it retested and then the sell is on. Retested this level and the sell is on. It's going. So we can see that it is selling to a point like it will sell for some time. I mean, based on the structure that is forming. So how do we take advantage of the current sell? Let's go to H1. Let's zoom it well so we can see exactly where the change of character happened. Let me go to maybe for 5 minutes. Let me see. Yeah, I want to see an obvious and then a clear. No. Okay, good. So after we had this, after we had this, price should have continued to do this, but that didn't happen. We went down, you know, here. So we have a change of character here. We have the change of character there. And then, you know, market started forming lows. So we have BOS here, BOS, the BOS. Let me mark some. This is clear. Oh, sorry. What's doing that? Let me take it like that. My case. So I have a BOS. I mean, there is one here, there's another one, but then you see it keeps going. BOS, BOS. I mean, as the market drops, it keeps forming um new levels and then it broke them, retested. So see how we could have taken advantage of this. So we saw it from here. There is a change. So boom, we take our entries. We can even break this down to 15 minutes and you see it clearer. You see more entries. So when it performs the retest, you take your sell. Performs the retest, you take your sell. The retest to where the break of structure. So here, if I extend this one here, this is what I wanted. Then let me do it for. If I extend this one here, this is a break of structure. This is a retest. So I take my sell. Look at it. Boom. So we would have gotten a lot of entries here. We'd have gotten a lot of entries. So it works everywhere. Like I said, this is technical analysis, purely technical analysis. Mm. It's not difficult, but this is going to be the first time that, or some of you might have seen it, but I know for majority of you, this is going to be the first time that you're going to see this. If you don't understand it, don't keep it to yourself. Come to me and then I'll explain it better to you. Okay. So this is how we are going to be trading. So now we have added something to what we did last week. We'll continue to add more until you can do the analysis like a pro trader. Mm, Until you can do it like a pro trader. So for now, I'll end here. Don't forget to subscribe, to like, and then share so that a lot of people will benefit from this knowledge. I keep on telling you, we are not here to boast about what we have been able to make from trading, but then I will say some of them just to encourage you so you know that you're not wasting your time. You're not wasting your time here. Okay, because we are doing this full time. We are doing this full time, and if it wasn't paying, we would have gone to find something else to do. As a matter of fact, I'm not charging you a penny to do what I'm doing. For you to say that maybe I'm living off your fee. No, that's not it. Yeah, so this is really paying, and I want to charge you to take it serious. Do your best, and trust me, you'll never regret it. All right, so I'll see you again in the next episode. Bye bye.